All right, tubers, we're back, and this time we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna do some sealed in preparation for the Arena Open coming up. Draft is gonna be day 2, so getting all those drafts in earlier is always nice. But yeah, let's do a little bit of sealed. Day 1 is gonna be sealed, and this is what I will be playing. Basically the same exact thing here. Actually, this is perfect practice. This is get 7 wins before you get 3 losses, and that is going to be the best of 1 format that I'll be playing day 1 of the sealed Arena Open. So let's just jump right in, crack your digital packs, and all right, what did we open? Mindlink Mech, Kyodai, both really good. Soul Reaper rather is fine. March of Swirling Mist, I have not particularly cared for that. Mech Titan Core is okay. Don't consider the activated ability. It's a 2-mana 2/4 crew 2 basically, but if you get the upside, obviously nice. And then a very, very hard to cast, very powerful though, Brilliant Restoration. So in sealed, it's more about what you open. Power level wise, you're just trying to usually play your most powerful spells thrown together. So what I like to do is I like to go through each specific color at first, pull open cards that I think are playable, and then shave from there. So Moth Rider Patrol in sealed, probably not super effective. Maybe you get some synergies, but usually it's not going to be that great. We might, end up running one. Banishing Slash, very, very good. Air of Enlightenment, playable. Spirited Companion, yep, definitely playable. Suit, playable. Disciple, playable. So again, I'm just going to pull out every single card that I think is playable in each individual color, and then shave down from there. So I'm not going to keep saying everything is playable. I'm just going to put it into the deck builder right now. And then we'll go from there. Got a Chef, Life, Ripper. Okay, some Scroungers, Black Shrine. I mean, you can already tell by the number of red cards there. Red is going to be unplayable, at least as a main color. But there are 2 Kami Flares and a Flame Discharge, so that is a good splash color, it looks like. But yeah, you definitely cannot run red in any capacity beyond just those 3 cards, it looks like. Playables. Ooh, 2 Green Shrines, 3 Fade into Antiquity. Wait, was that 4? No, 3 Fade into Antiquities. That's very good. Yeah, 2 of those. We want a Naomi, Jukai Naturalist, Kunai, Construct, Terrarium. Let's see here. Fixing wise, we opened 1 Bloodfell Caves and 1 Uncharted Haven. Okay, that's actually probably our biggest pitfall right now. Our lack of fixing, because you can open quite a few non-basic lands in this format, and we have actually opened very, very few. Which could be a huge problem. That means splashing is going to be much, much harder to do, because a lot of times in sealed you'll run 3, 4, even 5 colors if your fixing is there, just for power level. But this might not be the easiest place to do so. All right, so now we take a look at what we have. I hate the sealed deck builder on Arena. It's just so much easier to move stuff around and whatnot on Magic Online, but it's good to get some actual practice in if you are going to be playing in this event. So like I mentioned earlier, red is just really not there except for a potential splash. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. Now I do have, let's see, Terrarium and like Terminal. If we end up playing green, we have like Grafted Growth, Tanuki, that's good fixing. But yeah, let's look at our standalone cards and kind of decide where we're going from there, because I don't think I'm going to be able to do that 5 color nonsense just because of the lack of the fixing. Shrines, we have 2 green shrines and 1 black shrine. I don't think I opened any of the other shrines, sadly. Yeah, no red, no white, no blue. Speaking of, it looks like blue here is probably just a very easy cut looking at the overall card quality. We have nothing to anchor to reality, so even though that card can be good, there's nothing there. Yeah, so it looks like a blue is a very, very easy cut. The only thing you could consider doing with blue here is potentially splashing the flyers, which maybe I do, maybe I don't. Let's take a look at our Abzan cards now. As far as white cards as concerned, there are only a couple of good white cards, actually, if we're not going to be running it as a main color. So it looks like we might be going down some kind of green-black route here. And that's going to maximize our shrine potential as well. As such, we can probably cut, like, I mean, Banishing Slash is really good, but double white you can't splash for. Right, so as far as white cards, we could end up splashing some of these, perhaps. And that would not be bad. I don't think we would splash the Jukai Naturalist if we ended up green-black splashing white. Question then is, you know, will some of these splash cards be better than splashing for, like, Kami's Flare and whatnot? And I have yet to decide. I mean, if we have enough removal in black and green, then we're not going to need to run the red splash for sure, especially since these cards, they're not even hard removal spells, right? They can only ever do up to 3 damage for the Kami Flare. And yeah, sure, Flame's Discharge can kill a bigger creature, but if I'm splashing removal, I want to splash removal that can basically kill anything, so. Let's take a peek here. The one thing that the red cards have going for them is that we do have the Bloodfell Caves for fixing, but looking at it, we probably don't want to splash blue. And red is a maybe. Red versus white is a maybe here. Let's just take a look at creature curve real quick. But I do think we're going to be green-black as a baseline. Do we have enough cards for, like, Containment Construct? How many ways do we have to discard? Very few. So it is good with, like, the Modern Ages that I had in blue, but again, blue was not good enough by itself here. Yeah, so it looks like we're probably going to be cutting that construct. Decoy is filler. Doesn't look like this is going to be a very good deck for companion. So my guess here is that I'm going to want to go some version of Abzan and go from there. It's a 4, that's a 4, it's a 7, it's a 5. Alright, so let's take a peek at this. 34 cards now in the colors I think we want to end up playing. Double check I'm not doing anything wrong here. I mean, we could splash Spirited Companion if we end up splashing white, but I don't think that's quite good enough. How good are these Undercity Scroungers? They seem fine. The double Mukotai Ambusher, perhaps. Not exactly what this deck is looking to do. We have very few evasive creatures, so I don't think these lifelinkers are going to be worth it there. We have to make sure our artifact and enchantment count is decent enough to still run the Naomi. Blade Blesser is filler. Terminal is good if you have enough artifacts and a reason to be playing it. Let's see, is this necessarily an Azusa's Many Journeys deck? No, I don't think so. So now we need to cut like 7, maybe 6 cards here. But this doesn't look like a bad deck. I'm guessing the Mech Titan core is probably not good. Although I guess even though we only have 7 total artifacts in the deck, we have to remember we have double Scrounger that can make artifacts. So there is something there, perhaps. I mean, I could just cut double Commune. Like, if you're looking for cards to cut, that's a fine card to cut. I don't think we need the Grafted. I think the Terrarium and the Terminal are just better. So removal quality, we have Kunai, Life of Toshiro, 3 Fades, Repel. It's not a great removal, but it's fine. Is Gravelighter going to do much in our deck here? How good is this card? Probably good enough. Cameo Safekeeping might not be completely necessary, although I do think that card is playable. We probably don't need double Emergence. How good is Geothermal Kami? Can reset like Life of Toshiro. Oh, I guess the Geothermal Kami doesn't actually do all that much in this deck either. It's just a 4/3, but we already have plenty of fat, it looks like. And maybe we can just cut like 1 Scrounger then. 6 artifacts, 9 enchantments. Take a peek at how this creature curve looks. And this is just a quick rundown. I don't think this is going to be a perfect deck building, but I'd want to make sure I don't spend too much time on this portion when we do have potentially a bunch of matches to go play. But I do think this looks pretty good. This is something close, I would guess, to what I would want to play if this was the sealed pool I opened. Just, again, one more double check that I'm not overlooking something great. Yeah, we don't need that. Card draw, but nah. The red cards, no. Kami of Restless Shadows. Do I want to play like a bad Grave Dig effect? Probably not. Blue, no. Alright, this looks fine to me. Yeah, should be okay. Do we want to run this Roadside Reliquary as one of our lands? It's probably fine. We're running 18 lands anyways in best of 1, so this should be okay. We have Terrarium, we have the Terminal. Let's figure out this mana now. 2 planes, perhaps good enough. All of our white is at the top end. And the Sunblade Samurai is another card that can go grab a plane, so 2 should be surprisingly sufficient here. Black and green, then I have room for 13 more lands. Still debating if the Reliquary is worth it then. It's probably fine. Which one do I want more of? Green, I suppose? So that gives me 7 black sources, 8 green sources, 3 white sources, and then we have Terrarium and Terminal. So that should be okay. Oh, you know what? There is... And this is very, 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 very unlikely. But there is a reason to run the Bloodfell Caves, and that's the Kyodai. Because if I run the Bloodfell Caves over 1 swamp, we then have access to red, white, black, green, and then potentially blue off of Haven or Terminal. So, looks like very, very little downside for what could be a lot of upside. Any other reason that this thing helps? No, but looks like the Bloodfell Caves does actually have a teeny bit of merit. All right, let's try this. Let's run with this Abzan sealed pool. Not the best sealed I've ever seen. Looks playable. So, see if we can rattle off a couple wins here. Well, more than a couple, but anyway. On the play. Alright. The Reliquary in our hand is pretty awkward, but we have both of our shrines. And a Fade for removal, so that's good enough for me. Sealed is usually where your sideboard is much more important. But if I'm playing best of one, or if you're playing best of one for day one of the Arena Open, then that's not going to be relevant at all. But usually, I mean, you can build multiple decks, you know, with your sealed pools. Very common thing is to play one deck for game one, and then if you see something from your opponent, or maybe, you know, your other deck just seems like it would be better, then you can swap out completely. Also, you get access to a bunch of sideboard cards, of course. I mean, I could be running like 2 Fade into Antiquity in my main deck and instead be playing something else, but... Iron Apprentice. So, the thing about that type of card in Sealed, usually Sealed is a lot slower. And while it's possible to open a more aggressive strategy, usually it's not gonna work out as well. Although I guess for best of one, maybe that's the best place to do so. As we open up, or as we draw a pretty good card for the turn. Let's go ahead and smack in for 1. And then we're gonna play the Terrarium and grab a Swamp. I'm not saying playing the Iron Apprentice is necessarily bad, but remember in Sealed you're trying to play with your more powerful cards. And well, yeah. The Hover Bike, okay. We might fade that one into Antiquity next turn. We don't mind playing a little bit off curve because we have the green shrine, right? We can play the Fade next turn and then pump the shrine, and then the turn after we can play the other shrine and maybe blow something up or pump up our shrine again. Well, opponent's missing land drops. It's okay by me. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the bike. What's your plan here, homie? Oh, just die, okay. Unstoppable Ogre. Alright, now my game plan next turn is just play the Black Shrine and end the turn. Immediately get some good value off the Shrine here. If they don't deal with one of these right now, then the Green Shrine is just gonna keep growing by 2. So I'm going to emergence my forest. And just pass here. No reason to attack. It gives them a free block. When our plan is just to double shrine this turn. Once again, kill their ogre for free. And put 2/1/1 counters on the other. I think versus red-blue, I kind of like pumping up the red shrine, perhaps. Sorry, pumping up the black shrine to a 4/4 here. Making the green shrine a 5/5 also pretty good. Remember, the green shrine has trample. Huh. Okay. So that doesn't do anything. And, oh, wait, what did they exile? They ask. Okay. So now we don't pay at all. Sure. I mean, we still got a 2-for-1 from that. Okay. I can get back their ogre for a turn. Alright, I mean, they can hit me for 9 this turn. Well, that's not nothing. It's kind of funny. So let's start off this turn by attacking for 4 vigilance. Okay, let's play out the Orochi. Play out the land. Go end of turn. Let's make our green shrine big. Let's kill their ogre number 2. And then at end of their turn, we're going to use the Reliquary and draw 2 cards. Sure. Synthesizer, revealing and uncastable. I like it. And this is basically giving up now. Alright. Yep. That will work for me. So it looks like they were trying to be super aggro, which again is a fine strategy, especially I think going aggressive in sealed is reasonable if you don't have a lot of power in your other cards. If you have a lot of weak cards, just try to build the fastest deck you can. And sometimes you just have to hope to kind of high roll. Alright, on the draw here for our next game. This is keepable, but it's not great. We have all of our mana, and we have a removal spell, but it is a bit slow. Okay, well that helps a little bit. We do have 2 of the green shrines. Good draw. Yeah, we'll go ahead and run it out. So probably going to Terrarium for a black source next turn. Or not. We could just fade that, but I think we want to utilize our shrine as much as possible. I guess we'll just go ahead and grab a white source then. I don't have any double black cards, do I? I guess the chef is kind of like a double black card, but yeah, I should be going okay to just grab planes here. Fast turn. Start growing. If they play like a Jukai Preserver this turn, we'll probably use Fade. Best play might just be to Fade something next turn anyways. Because again, we want to play a little bit off of curve now, just to keep investing into our shrine. Remember, these are legendary, so I cannot actually play both to any good effect. Go ahead and get rid of the cuff. And yeah, I don't think blocking now and trade or trying to trade would be that bad. Oh, it looks like they might have a Master's Rebuke. Nope, they don't. Alright, I'm okay. I'm willing to offer this. Combat trick here would not be surprising. Light the way. Ah, okay, that's a little bit annoying. But we can go ahead and just slam out our 4/4 here. And hope they don't have a removal spell. Or another trick. If they don't play a creature this turn, which they did, I would have been able to fade their Exemplar and then play the Graveblighter. Alright, well, I think trade here is good now, and they only have one card left in their hand, so we're going to make that play. Right? When enters the battlefield, draw a card of each creature, otherwise each player sacks. So yeah, now we're going to go... Oh, actually, I don't even need to do that, do I? I can just fade the Tanuki. Yeah, never mind. I was about to be cute, but there's no reason to do that. Sure. That card is annoying. Yeah, the bear is going to cause some issues. If not dealt with quickly. So they get to still attack with their Exemplar here if they want to. They might just equip the cuff though. No, they're going to main phase that. So I'm going to take 4. Sure, I think I'd rather keep my flyer for now and try to find something else. It's not terrible. Well, what's our plan? What are they going to sacrifice if I play this? Probably just their cuff? So that doesn't seem that good. I guess let's make the Samurai a 5/5. Attack for 5. I don't expect them to block, but we put them on a very fast clock. And then we'll just play the Soul Ripper. End the turn. Pump up our Shrine. And if they attack, we can just crew the Ripper. And trade there. Okay, that's fine by me. So they're going to attack for 5. Remember, if they equip the cuff, that makes our Graveblighter better, because then they would have to sack one of their 2 other relevant creatures. Oh. In this case, let's just, I guess, eat their 1/4. Take 7, go to 6. I am fine with that. They're almost dead here, aren't they? 5, 8, 12, 13. At 6. Let's go like this. We're going to play the Mech Titan core. We're going to crew the core with the Shrine. Crew the Shrine with the... Crew the Ripper with the core. Play the Grave Lighter, and now sack the core. And then we'll see which one they sack, and depending on which one they sack... Okay, then we're just going to attack for 5 here. And now we can crew the Soul Ripper, block their Exemplar if it attacks. I'm sure whatever I just did was too cute, but... Because I was thinking maybe I'm going to attack with the Ripper, but it depends on what they sacrificed. I could have done the same thing, right? I could have just crewed the Titan to begin with and not crewed the Ripper. Anyway. Cannot keep that hand. No green sources. Yeah, we'll go down to 6. This hand looks fine. I think we want to pitch the Chef here. And then we'll go ahead and just name black on the Haven. So we have the terminal for white later on. More than the gameplay, I think that just the deck building was the interesting part of this. Fade into Antiquity should be really, really good versus blue-white. I mean, it's good versus all colors, but blue-white has a high level of targets for it. Alright, pretty good turn here. Get to go life, eat the dog, fade the suit, and then next turn we get to play a 4/4 flyer. Sure, 3/4. Too many lands now. If we draw one more artifact, though, we can start using the terminal and looting. So that would be good. Interesting choice to main phase that. That's instant, right? I'm confused. Okay, yeah. So, man, I almost want to use the terrarium to put a counter on my samurai so they can't have intervention. But then if I do that, I lose the artifact for terminal. Doesn't look like they have it. But yeah, I think we just want to loot. Not bad. Alright, and now since this is another artifact, we can go ahead and sack the terrarium next turn. Three cards in hand. Ooh, they have the slash. Okay. Well, I guess I don't really have much going on anymore. Oh, boo. That's pretty good. So I guess what we're gonna do is just make our... Oh, let's attack for 2. And we're gonna make our 1/4 a 2/5. That way I can block the Scrounger. Sorry, block the Mentor. Sure. I need to draw my Grave Lighter next turn. Make them sack their Mentor, and I can sack my 1/1. They have something else? I mean, I'm gonna block. Nope, they did. Oh, that is exactly the card I said I needed to draw. Beating. Good beating. Well, I doubt that they topped the plains with the Scry. Unless they have that quad white card. Oh, they do. Oh no. They have Restoration or they have Invoke. Yeah. That is a rather large creature. Damn, we drew a draw 2 though, that's great. Since we have Artifact and Enchantment here. Okay, well, an attack for 2 in the air. I could have left this back and quad blocked, but they double topped, so I'm expecting them to have topped a removal spell this turn, or some kind of trick. Or not. I'm okay taking 7. Darn it. Secondary Black Shrine is kind of funny. Well, it was looking okay, and now it's not looking okay. Gotta go for it. They have nothing in their hand, so it's gonna work out. Just depends on what... We're hoping that they kill the shrine. I'm guessing they're gonna kill the shrine and the flyer. Killing the shrine's obviously okay since I have the backup, but losing the flyer means they get to start attacking with the... Oh! With the Puzzle Maker. Okay, they didn't, though. Oh, wait, I guess they can put the counter on the Puzzle Maker and still attack with it. Never mind. Yeah. We still need to top deck something. Oh... 4/5 is no longer good versus the Puzzle Maker. In fact, I think I'm gonna hold the Emergence to kind of goad them into attacking with their Puzzle Maker. Alright. Rude. Topped again, huh? Not looking great. Despite all of their mistakes, looks like we're going to probably lose this one. I have to attack here, even though that means they can block with the Iron Apprentice and then get 2 2/5 flyers. Okay. I don't think we want to make a treasure with the Scrounger end of turn. Doesn't really do anything for us. Unless I draw exactly Mech Titan. Okay, I guess I get punished if I draw Mech Titan. Sure, they kill my Grave Lighter. I guess we're gonna make our treasure anyways in the end. It's a crew 4. Alright. Well, we're on a 2-turn clock. And that is not what the doctor ordered. Alright. Good beats. Looks like we're probably GG'd here. Ooh. Yep. That one's really good. That doesn't kill me on board. It can put me to 1 though. Yeah, sometimes there's just not much you can do. Oh wait, that does kill me on board. What am I talking about? They can pump it 3 times. Duh. Just goes to show even well, any deck can win. I don't know. I don't know what that went to show. They gave us a lot of opportunity to win. Made some funny plays, but the more powerful cards won is what I should say. And that's the thing about sealed. You just want to play your powerful cards, so they definitely smashed me good with that. Actually, it wasn't even the invoke in the end. It was just the random flyers and the way to pump them. Excuse me. Okay, we are on the draw, but this hand looks good. No white source yet, but early Toshiro is really nice, and we have the fade once more. Go ahead and name black. Hey, you know what's pretty darn tasty? A 1 toughness creature. God, it always feels so good when you kill a creature with Life of Toshiro. Now they can't play another 1 toughness creature this turn if they have it. At least they're certainly not going to want to if they do. Terminal's not bad. I think we're just going to immediately fade that, though. I can play out the Scrounger, but that attacks as a 4/2. And since that's equipment, it's something we're going to want to get rid of later anyways. Okay, we're going to go Terminal this turn. Kunai and equip. And now we have our white source, so if we can draw another untapped land, we can just play our 4/4 flyer. Assassin's Ink, my 2/3. I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and loot here off of the Kunai. Discard excess forest for now. I mean, I obviously want lands, but I think any spell is probably better than the land, even though technically we need to get to 7. I'm not too worried about their board state. Kunai deals with a small creature. Repel deals with a large creature. Michiko's is real good. Do I need to repel that? Probably not yet. Equip the Kunai. I'm gonna go ahead and fade the Michikos. And say go. Sad news is I cannot use the Kunai and use the Scrounger's ability. This exile it is. That actually is not bad. I could Oh wait, no, that doesn't work like that. How much mana do I have? 5? Guess I'm just gonna pass. And repel their samurai. I want to start activating this Scrounger, but we don't have a great way to, like, kill something. Have all these exile effects. Okay. This Gravelighter, not so good. Currently. I mean, if they play another fat creature this turn, I can use the Kunai to shoot the companion and then Gravelighter and make them sack their only creature. Mukatai Soul Ripper, we don't care about that. Alright, play out our samurai. Say go. And now any extra lands we draw will just loot away with the terminal. Leech Gauntlet, you got it. What they might actually do this turn, since I'm not holding up the Kunai, is animate their Soul Ripper and then sack the dog to it. They didn't. Interesting. Okay. No blocks. Ooh, Kyodai. And we are 1 off of activating that. Interesting. Alright, let's smash in for 4. And just pass turn here. We can actually activate the Kyodai off of Treasure as well. Flying Torment. Okay. That's going to start pinging me for 1. Sure. I'll just block and let them gain 2 life, I guess. We'll go ahead and loot end of turn. Get rid of this Gravelighter. Gonna lose a life on the ping. I'm not going to play out the Harmonious quite yet. Let's play out the Merge Keeper, equip it. That gives it modify so it can actually add 2 mana. So once again, I've given them the opportunity to attack with the Soul Ripper if they want to, because now the kunai is on a summoning sick creature. That's fine. This is trample? No, it has menace. Okay. Gains menace when they sack. That's fine. Alright, so I'll go ahead and take 5. Lose a life, draw a card. And let's go like this. Bring off the gauntlet. Make a treasure. 2, 3, 4. Harmonious. Smack in for 7. And we're still holding up Kyodai. Oh man, is this another invoke? Don't be looking at your graveyard. Okiba Salvage. Ooh, salvage a big ol' lifelinker. Okay. Attack with both. And then I want to sack that. No, so let's just pass. Should be okay here. Remember, Kyodai has flash. I mean, they can crew the Ripper and then equip the Ripper and give it lifelink. Hmm. Sure. Alright. I was a little bit worried about them having Farewell, but even if they did have Farewell as the last card, it would just be top deck battle then. Maybe the gameplay is not as super interesting, but I think the deck building was probably the best place to have learned a bit this event. Hopefully I muted the sneeze in time. I don't know if you caught that. But yeah, that's how I like to do sealed anyways. Pull out all of the playable cards from each color and then decide, you know, what deck has the most power slash synergy. I'm not necessarily playing my most powerful cards. I mean, we do have some decent burn spells, but for the most part, I think we're playing our best creatures and whatnot. Woof. On the draw. Pretty bad hand. Yeah, we're going to ship this down to 6. Alright, much better. Probably just going to mulligan the Mech Titan away here. Turn 2 Orochi, turn 3 Harmonious maybe. Still won't be able to attack with the Harmonious on turn 3, but playing it out as a 4-5 on turn 3 is not bad. Red, black. The Virus Beetle. Ugh. Alright, I think I'm going to agree to discard a Forest. I hate Virus Beetle. Rabbit Battery. I don't think trading with the Rabbit Battery would be bad. That's a decent draw. Alright, we will be able to play our Emergence next turn and attack. I'm hoping they don't ninjutsu their Virus Beetle back this turn, because that's one of the... Man, whenever your opponent ninjutsus back Virus Beetle, you are just crying. Oh, do they have an explosive entry? Looks like they do. Yep. Good beats. Good beat-ulls. Let's play a 4-5 Vigilance. If we draw Plains next turn, we get to play our Samurai too. Would be pretty damn good. On a Plains, let's go ahead and fade the Centipede. Smack in for 4. Yeah, I mean, if they don't have a removal spell, 4-5 is just chonky. Chef. So they're gonna block and sack, maybe? Ooh, that is a really nice draw. I guess maybe it's not. Looks like they're probably just gonna sack their Rabbit Battery. I hope they sack their Beetle to the Chef instead. Nice. Okay, now we also get to kill the Rabbit Battery end of turn then. Beautiful value there. Sure. The swamp can no longer block. Lock and sack. Both players functioning pretty well off of so few lands. I mean, I'm obviously ahead, but... Hidetsugu consumes all. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. That just got rid of their own Clawing Torment. That's kind of funny. Exile all graveyards, okay. I do think Hidetsugu consumes all is a decent card. The backside of it's very strong, but... just a little bit too late there for OP. It's also pretty awkward in their deck when they have so many 1-drops. But I mean, that's the way it goes sometimes. The sealed deck building is, I think, where the biggest gap in skill really showcases itself. Because especially when you open a weaker pool, that's when stronger players can take full advantage of their skills, you know, finding the correct puzzle pieces. Like, I don't think my deck is particularly strong or anything, but it's good enough, you know. It's running my best cards, and we're running into some decks that are running like automatons and stuff, like I said earlier when we played against the very first, what is it called, Iron Automaton. Unless your pool was so bad that you just needed to go aggro, usually you don't want to be running cards like that. Okay, on the draw again. Hand is fine. Not amazing, but certainly fine. If it didn't have Fade into Antiquity, I would be a lot less inclined to keep it, because it's a pretty good removal spell that you can cast early enough. I don't know about the Soul Ripper in this deck, but ooh, man, the Kappa. Oh, that's a problem. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just run out the Shrine. Given the texture of my hand, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to deal with the Kappa very easily, so I'm just going to go ahead and run out the Shrine and let them get their free value. It's going to remove the Death Touch and the counter from the Kappa. And so now it's just a 1-3. Sure. Let's go Terminal into Chef this turn. Because since we drew the Naomi, if I draw a land next turn, I get to play Naomi and immediately make a... Oh, wow. Okay. Well, this is now a much larger issue. Opponent had quite a curve out there. Untapped land is our only hope. Okay. Maybe there's a chance yet. What? Alright. Sometimes it doesn't matter. See, this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes in sealed, you know, it's like you play your best cards. The opponent has played nothing but good cards. But sometimes people open better cards. So I need to draw. I have that Repel the Vial, I think, is what my out is here. That is not Repel the Vial. So I think I need to fade the shrine this turn. And probably just pass and draw 2 cards off of the reliquary. I'm hoping they don't actually attack with their Kappa. Darn it. In which case I might just block like this and sack. That's not it. They also need to not play anything this turn. Wonder what they're splashing white for. We haven't seen any white cards, have we? That's not it, but that technically can buy me a turn. Although I don't think cycling that is how we win. So my game plan here, I'm gonna sack the reliquary, draw 2 cards, and I need to draw exactly repel and an untapped land. Ah, so close. Okay, well actually we're not dead. Now I'm gonna have to cycle the samurai, gain 2 life, go to 6, get the last land. Can't crew either of these. So block, sack, go to 2. I mean, I still need to draw something here. We were very close though. Looks like we might just be dead anyways. I'm assuming one of the cards in their hand is removal that they just didn't want to use on the chef yet. Oh, man. Untapped land and the repel. 1 off. The easy one. All we need to do is draw the land. Oh, alright. So they're going to Shigeki back their Thundering Raiju. Alright, maybe it didn't matter anyways. That was a Mythic and 2 rares the opponent played. And a Mythic uncommon. The Kappa is so good. Oh yeah, their deck was... Well, their draw was great, and from what we saw of their card quality, it was great. Kappa Tech Wrecker, Green Shrine, Thundering Raiju, whatever that green dragon is called, Shigeki. Sheesh. Fantastic hand. Yeah, we're on the draw again, sadly, but definitely good enough. Turn 2 life, turn 3 fade. All is Gucci. These damn virus beetles, man, I tell ya. I think it was okay to discard the 4th mana in my hand. Do need to find another land though, but can hopefully work with what we got here. And the opponent's not doing anything, so we might just win with what we have. Kind of funny. Ah, missing a color. Complete my Soul Ripper. Well, let's fade the completion. Smacking for 2. That's fine. Okay. Now we just run out our samurai. And should be GG's. Not much to say there. We drew pretty well. Looks like they stumble a little bit. Are we 5-2 now? Alright, not bad. So yeah, if this was the Arena Open, I would need to win the next two. But I don't think this is a sealed pool that... I don't think the power level of this sealed pool is necessarily one that you're like, or that you're expecting to get 7 wins with. Alright, we are finally on the play. Our hand looks okay. Not amazing, but okay. Touché. Probably just going to plan on hard casting the Tanuki since we already have the double green and a little bit of ramp for it. Let's see, next turn I can go Emergence a land, attack for 4, and then suit up the Kunai post-combat. Gonna run into some ninjas maybe, it looks like. Yeah, gonna get hacked here, alright. Kind of annoying. Well, now I probably don't want to suit up the Kunai. Instead, we probably just want to... attack for 4 and pass. Life of Toshiro, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna block. Deal. Are they just planning on using the Kunai to finish this off? Because if that's the case, that was a great deal for us. We still keep the land. And we dealt with their gauntlet and their Kunai. Fantastic. Oh, that was really good. The Mnemonic Sphere. I agree. I'm gonna smack for 6. Play the Titan, pass. I mean, they have a lot of cards in their hand. But we're gonna try to ambush the hacker if they attack. That's a nice fade into Antiquity target, I will say that. Ambush. We're gonna give our Tanuki Indestructible. Crew the Mech Titan. Eat their 2-1. Easy peasy. Let's see. Let's start by looting with the Titan. Getting rid of this forest. Then let's smack in for 7. Fade the Behold. And they have to kill the Kyodai first, so let's suit up the Tanuki with the Kunai. Although, obviously tapping our 6/5 trample to deal 3 damages might not be what we want to do. I'm letting them go ahead and attack with the memory and ninjutsu something in if they have it. I've mentioned this before, but a lot of times people get scared of letting ninjas get in for a free attack. I don't know what they're doing. We get to play out the samurai. Maybe they don't have a better option. Crew the samurai. And they're forced to chump my Tanuki here. Remember, it is indestructible off Kyodai, so they're going to take 6, and then they're just dead to the kunai now. Okay. No complaints here. I think they missed it. I think they missed the fact that Kyodai gives the Tanuki indestructible, not just for that turn. Three damage, your face. Alright, 6 and 2. We are at the final boss mode now. Six and 2. So yeah, if this was the Arena Open, we would be right there. Just need to win this last one to go 7 and 2. And unlike ranked gameplay, for open events like these, pretty sure you're just getting paired versus people with similar records, so you might play against anybody. Somebody, you know, somebody very new to the game who maybe has got a nice pool, or you might be playing against like a Hall of Famer or something, I don't know. I guess I should have probably spent a little bit more time on deck building. Because again, we've seen the gameplay countless number of times. But the deck building for these sealeds... And I'll probably do a couple more sealeds in the coming days. But yeah. We'll probably try to focus more on the deck building. Less on the gameplay. Alrighty, on the draw... We only have 2 planes in the deck. So this hand's pretty awkward. Turn 2 Shrine? I don't think this is a good enough hand. If this had a fade into Antiquity or something, but... Alright, that looks like a lot better, and we'll go ahead and pitch the redundant Shrine. Just need to find one more land here. Just need to find one more land here. We're going to lead with Shrine. And that way, if we do draw an untapped land, we can go Terminal into Pump the Shrine. You're going to punch me? Whenever somebody looks at their creature and then looks at my creature, I always think it's the Master's Rebuke. Oh, they have Tatsunori. And I missed on my land drop. That's basically game over already. Good beats. Well, I shouldn't say that yet, but if they play any enchantment, we lose. Maybe they just never play an enchantment. Okay. So I take 6, and maybe they just replay. Do I even have a way to kill the Tatsunari? I'm not sure I do. This is kind of looking bleak now, isn't it? Yeah, alright. And that, my friends, is GG. Doesn't help that I missed land drops, but opponents had a really good draw here. I mean, I guess they don't have the mana to activate the Tatsu. Maybe a very small chance? If they have, like, absolutely nothing left in their hand? I'm gonna block if they attack. Okay. Land pass, one time. Blade of the Oni too? Yo, bro, you need to calm down. Alright, well, once again, I'm not dead on... It's Menace as well. No, it has Menace itself. If they had only played one spell this turn, maybe there was a chance, but the fact that they played 2 spells means we're pretty damn dead. Yep, good beats. Alright, GG's. Well, they did play a bunch of rares and mythics, so what are you gonna do? And that, my friends, is how sealed is sometimes, right? Like I said, because you're just opening 6 random packs, you can open like 6 crazy rares and mythics, or you could open just like all of the, you know, great cards in 1 or 2 colors. I think we did pretty well with what we had opened. I don't think we have like any crazy bombs in this deck. We just have like a good solid curve and good quality of cards. Triple Fade, very good. Kyodai did a lot of work, but a little bit of a 6-3 there. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this look into Sealed. Like I said, I'll probably do a couple more leading up to the Arena Open, but there will probably be some drafts in there as well. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you back tomorrow.